All right, everybody, welcome again.
To number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5. It's been a little bit of a break. Not even a break. Busy schedule. I mean, we're students.
Not a break, just
college
busy.
Athletes.
Yeah.
Both have girlfriends that if we're not talking to them 24/7, we're in trouble.
It's a tough thing to
manage.
It
is.
But we are here.
Yeah, we are happy dating them. At times, we are happy to still be doing this. Yeah, you don't want to word in this because Kendall actually watches this, and that could be an issue.
I'm not going to say anything to that. I'm just going to do our podcast. And
That's good. That is good. Kelsey, if you see this. So, Duke, let's go right into the topic.
Duke. All right.
We're going to go a little bit basketball talk today, a little college basketball, a little NBA talk. We're going to go a little bit into college football as well. But the thing that we wanted to talk about was probably the topic of the last week or so, is Zion Williamson and the Duke Blue Devils.
Big guy.
Did you watch that game at all against Kentucky? I know they had another game against Army.
I only had to watch 2 minutes. I tuned in with 13 minutes left in the second half.
Okay.
And I only had to watch 2 minutes to see that Zion was better than everybody on the court.
It's just so outstanding to me. Everybody talked about how R.J. Barrett had a good game, which he did, absolutely.
He did.
But then you look at the fact that R.J. Barrett had 31 points at 13 of 26 shooting.
Yeah.
And Zion Williamson, Sam I am, green eggs and ham. Zion Williamson had 28 points on 11 of 13 shooting.
He was pretty efficient.
He just
made some. I mean, that you crossed the guy over and started.
I know you're talking about a little inside out crossover and then jumps from the third hash and dunks it like he's a guard, but he's bigger than Aaron Donald.
And then where the kid goes up for a dunk, he just steals it.
Runs down the court, two-handed
bounce
spin pass R.J. Barrett for an N1 finish. That's just unbelievable. That big three, and then their last game against Army, I don't know if you knew this. So Cam Reddish set the freshman record for three-pointers in a game.
How many did he have?
He had 7 three-pointers made in one game. So you have Zion who can put in the post and it will be stronger than you.
Yeah.
And jump higher than you, and he's probably the most freakish athlete we've ever seen since LeBron came out. You have people like Steve Kerr saying, "Oh, this guy's the next LeBron." These people are just like Drake wearing his high school jersey at concerts. Like, this guy's a hit. We knew that.
I mean,
R.J. Barrett, who's number 1 prospect still for a reason, because the guy can get to the basket at any time. He's 6'7".
He's got
long,
a pretty good
can finish,
stroke, too. Nice
lefty stroke. Like, he's unbelievable. You have Cam Reddish, who you put anywhere on a 3-point line, he's a threat. Yeah. I don't see this Duke team losing.
I don't think so either. I mean,
yes, they're in the top ACC. Look who you have top 20 or top 25 ACC. So Virginia's 4. That's always a tough game. You have North Carolina. Of course, it's a rivalry game.
I haven't seen Nevada play, but they're 6. So
yeah, they're 6, and then other than that, Duke, they have an interesting thing. This is something I was looking into. I was looking at because I'm big into college basketball, cores. I love if I'm like Sam Hinkie, where if I'll trade people, I'm trading for picks, and I just want picks.
You like the picks. I like the players.
Yeah, I'm that kind of guy. So you have arguably in every mock draft there is, besides a couple where they have Nazir Little up there in the top 3, you have Zion, Barrett, and Cam Reddish going in the top 3 in some sort of way.
Wow, really?
Would you take? So we're gonna go 4 young cores in NBA. We're gonna go with the Lakers young core. We're gonna go with under 25. We'll go with Lonzo, Kuzma, Ingram, and we can put Josh Hart up there.
Sure.
You have the Sixers, who's under 25. You have Embiid's under 25. Simmons.
Covington.
And no, Covington's gone now. We'll get into that.
Oh yeah, you got traded.
Fultz.
Yeah.
And then you had the Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Gary Harris under 25 on the Nuggets. You have those 3 cores.
Pretty good group.
Would you, if you had to start a franchise tomorrow, knowing the ages and stuff, are you taking the Duke's core? Or which one of those other 3 are you taking? Or you want to rank those ones? Because that's...
I feel like if I say Duke, I mean, yeah, they're all 3 going to be in the NBA, but then again...
You don't know how good they're going to be. It's like when we did that Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes question. We're going based off what we see now compared to what we believe could happen.
What I see now is Zion's should have just went straight to the NBA. He can easily
his
hold
body
his
was
own.
physically
he can easily hold his own in the NBA, and it just looks like how explosive and aggressive he is, especially on the boards. No one in college has the size or the skill to guard him or to at least try to slow him down.
He's making those college Division I programs like Kentucky look like high school kids.
Yeah, and it only took me literally 2 minutes I watched, and I was like, okay, He's better than everybody else by a long shot. And Kentucky's got dudes that came in.
Yeah, Keldon Johnson came in. He's supposed to be a stud.
Tyler Hero?
Tyler Hero. He did not shoot well at all.
No, but I think he's going to be good. But, I mean, it's Kentucky, so a couple of those guys are going to be
So you're taking a Duke score over all those? What do you think, Sweeney? What do you think, Swing Dog? Swing Dog over there behind the mic.
Yeah. Well, first, I'm not so convinced that the Lakers core, in my opinion at least, is all that they 100%, say that they are.
If I had to rank those, I was going to say, if I had to rank those cores, I have the Lakers the worst one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like Philly's better.
I think Philly's core is better than the Lakers. I think Philly, though, might have a bit of an issue with Fultz.
Yeah, did you see that thing with the shooting coach, how he fired a shooting coach and they're not even on terms no more?
I don't know what's happening with him.
What happened? But
he pump faked a free throw.
I know.
He could shoot in college. What happened?
I was watching his highlight tape.
He injured his shoulder. And now he's got the yips, man. I don't know. There's no other way to say it.
He didn't have the yips at Washington at all.
And then he injured his shoulder.
Dude was the best shooter by far in the country.
Yeah, it's this. I'm telling you, it's the shoulder injury. It's a mental issue. It's just a roadblock he's going to have to get past.
So are you saying you're taking Duke over to Sixers core too? Like if you had to start a franchise?
I probably would.
Really?
I don't know.
Because Embiid's MVP caliber this year.
I do think Embiid's playing very well.
Simmons, you're going to get what you're going to get from Simmons.
You're going to get almost a triple-double every night. What about the Nuggets core?
I like Jamal Murray. I
really like the Nuggets.
I love the Nuggets.
Nuggets are a good team.
I think they're the second best team in the West this year.
I agree. I think the Nuggets as a team, probably one of the most exciting teams to watch. Yeah. One of the most exciting teams to follow them grow.
Exactly.
I really like the Nuggets. I'd probably take the Nuggets over Duke as well. I might take the Sixers over Duke, actually, now that I think about it. That's really close. It's just, I feel like they're proven at this point. I think those two players from the Sixers.
I think the Lakers, we're all saying like, oh, they're probably gonna make the playoffs. They ain't getting no 3 seed.
I don't think
they're not gonna get a 4 seed.
I don't honestly like if they don't make the playoffs this year. I'm not gonna give you a
look at Portland and Denver already. They're already almost Portland's 10-3.
Nuggets are 9-4.
I mean, it's like the Lakers are 7-6, but if you keep getting like deep in a hole, especially the teams like Portland,
these games
and Denver,
count. Like even though they're 7-6, like 500 in the West isn't making it.
It's only 2 weeks, but it's like okay, Portland's here to play. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're probably the way they're playing now. They're going to at least get a top 4 seed.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know. I don't think the Lakers are like a lock. Like okay, they got LeBron. 3 seed, 2 seed, whatever. It's not going to happen.
It's because they're young core. I don't think they're young cores. What they're, I think Lonzo's going to give you 13 points a game and 8 assists. He's going to be like a Rondo type.
I don't see the big thing with Lonzo.
I don't know. I still think he has because he was a stud. You don't.
But like, who in that draft do you take over Lonzo? You don't take Fox over Lonzo.
I mean,
you could.
It's starting to look that way.
It looks now that like De'Aaron Fox is going to be better than Lonzo Ball.
As a Kings fan, I didn't like Fox as a rookie. I really didn't. But you watch him this year, he's 100% a different player. That guy has got a shot all of a sudden.
And he's fast.
Yeah.
My God, and he can pass.
He's super well. Yeah,
But then again, you have to take Ball. He went to UCLA. That's the whole thing. I don't see what the big. I don't like watching Lonzo.
And then you have Kuzma. Kuzma touches the ball and shoots it. I've seen him pass 3 times.
I think Kuzma's better than Ball.
I think I've seen Kuzma pass 3 times in 13 games. He touches the ball and he scores. I don't see him as anything other.
I would shoot too.
I don't see him as anything more than I'm gonna come off the bench, score 15 a game, get like 8, maybe 6, 7 rebounds, consider 6th man of the year, not play defense, and shoot 45% from the field, if that.
I'd rather have Kuzma than Ball. Hot take.
That's not a... Okay.
Hot take.
Hot take, wow. And then Ingram, like, all this hype about him being this KD and stuff, I think he's a walking stick that's not ever going to have the body to do anything.
You draft the guy like, okay, he should be able to get his own shot, right? And now, the comparison is to Kevin Durant. He's not a Kevin Durant.
No, he's not.
He's not going to shoot like that unless, maybe he will. He's got the body
I don't think he's ever good enough. I don't even think he could be a second star. I think if the Lakers ever have a chance to do that. This is what I'm thinking about when I'm thinking of my cores and stuff. I'm thinking this: who of those cores have the best chance to go to a different team and being the best player? Jokic is going to be the best player on 95% of teams in the NBA. Jamal Murray, it can be good. He can be a top 10 point guard in the NBA. Gary Harris, you're going to see, he's super underrated. Great player. He does perfectly everything they need for the Nuggets, and he would do that on any other team.
He's a good pro, good guard.
Simmons can go on a lot of teams and contribute right away and be almost the best player on the team right now in the second year.
Yeah.
Embiid can go probably almost every other team besides like 3.
In the league besides Jokic.
Yeah, and would be best player on the team. Fultz is just straight poober cheeks. Like, that guy's never going to be good. That guy pump faked the free throw. He's not going to be good.
He pump faked a free throw?
Yeah,
Did you guys see that?
You didn't see the video?
He went like this.
What do you mean?
Like
he
this.
tried to shoot like,
Yeah, he like
This is it, Brock.
he literally pump faked
Why?
because he has the yips.
To shoot a free throw, there's no one in front of him.
Exactly. That's
Just
how you
shoot
know
the
the
damn
yip.
ball.
It's the shoulder.
The shoulder.
I'm
He's
telling
just
you.
scared.
Shoulder.
Can't
He
get hurt.
can't make it 10, 12 feet,
got
wherever it
battles,
is.
man. It's a mental roadblock.
Listen, Markel, how do you have the yips, man?
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, look, I'm looking at the bottom half of the teams right now. Let's go with the Hawks, the Cavs, and then you have the Suns, and let's go Mavs. Because the T-Wolves, I think, are going to turn around now the Bower drama's gone, but we'll get into that. You go Cavaliers,
What happened to them?
and because they had the best player of all time, and he's gone now. This is what I'm thinking straight up. I don't know if you put a healthy Kevin Love on that team, right?
That's a good Heaven Love.
Kevin Love.
Good.
So if you put a healthy Kevin Love on that team, I still think he is better than Jamal Murray and Gary Harris right now. He's better than Fultz right now, and he's better than any Laker core there is right now. Young guy.
That's why I get
I think Zion, RJ Barrett, and maybe Reddish can go on that Cavs team right now and be the best player.
on the Cavs. Yes.
Right now, how young they are. I know they're playing college guys and stuff, but like it's a man among boys. Like I haven't seen anybody dominate the game like in college like this since I've seen Anthony Davis be on that Kentucky team, and we've seen how Anthony Davis is. He's arguably top 3 NBA player.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that dominate. Like you go with the Hawks right now. Yeah, they have Trae Young who has potential and stuff, Taurean Prince, whatever. But those 3 guys have more potential and are better than any guy on that team right now.
The shocking thing.
Foles, I don't think is that good, and be on the Hawks would do just horse shit.
I don't know.
I'm giving up on that.
I'm mad because I thought Fultz was gonna be like the next
he was supposed
really
to be
good shooter
and everything and
You know,
stupid athletic.
like a pure scorer, like coming in average 20.
Average 20. He's
The team that's way underperforming right now is the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, they are 5-7. They're doing bad.
They're not making shots like they were last year.
No, they weren't.
They're getting open looks, but they're simply not making the shot.
No, they're.
How about the whole Melo situation? Any take on that?
I think
because they're playing.
I think he's gone within a week, and he goes either to the Lakers or Sixers.
I don't think it's Melo's fault. Why is it Melo's fault?
It's not Melo's fault that Chris Paul, James Harden, Eric Gordon are shooting under.
They're missing
45% from the field and under 30% from 3.
They're missing wide open.
But at the same time, the guy comes in and he is gonna huck up shots, shoot 38% from the field, and literally a guy in a wheelchair is gonna score on him.
Last game he played, he got 2 points and went 0 for 11 from 3.
Exactly.
It's just
he's gonna come in and shoot away, dude. And you got Forrest Gump can freaking score on that guy at this point, dude. Even Lieutenant Dan in the wheelchair can. Like it's not like Carmelo is just not.
Lieutenant Dan.
He needs to go to a team like the Sixers and just come up and scoring. And so yeah,
Houston's just not shooting as well as they did last year. That's the bottom line.
Now one team that's underperforming and had drama, and we're gonna go into a little next segment with it is. Let's talk about this Jimmy Butler trade that went down with the Sixers for people that don't know. It's Covington, Saric, Jared Bayless, and a 2022 second-round pick. But it came out with reports to yesterday, I believe, last night, on what the other offers were. And I wanted to get your guys' opinion on what you believe was actually the best trade offer on the table. So we're going to go with what the Rockets offered. The Rockets were one of the teams, obviously, everybody knew going after Jimmy Butler. They offered 2 trades. Earlier in the year was one of them, which was Marquise Chris Brown and 4 first-round picks every 2 years that they wanted to offer to him.
That was a good trade.
I don't see I'll get into that a little bit.
4 first-rounders.
Yeah, but at the same time, any of those you think 4 of those first-rounders, any of them are going to turn out to be Jimmy Butler, who's arguably a top 10 player in the NBA.
Yeah, but they pretty much got two pretty good players. And
Marquise Chris is my left toe can contribute more. For
I'm talking about the trade they did with Philly. 2022 second-round pick.
That's true, but still, like any other trades with the Rockets, then offered Eric Gordon, Nene, who I just love saying his name, and 2 first-rounders. So that's one of the deals. Let's go through the deals first. Trade. Then we had what the Pelicans offered was Nikola Mirotic. I think that's how you say his name.
Mirotic.
Yeah, Mirotic. And a first-round pick, who Mirotic is just going off this year. That guy's a stud next to Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And then we had the Miami Heat trades, which was 2 of them. Earlier in the year was Goran Dragic. You had
Kellen
Winslow, the tight end. Didn't that guy kill somebody? I was his kid.
Don't know, man.
I thought one of them committed murder. Kellen Winslow Jr., I'm pretty sure did murder.
I don't know.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Look that up while I'm saying the trade. Look up Kellen Winslow Jr. I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm pretty sure he's a convicted felon. I don't know.
Okay. And then we had, so there was Goran Dragic, Justice Winslow.
Yeah.
He did. He killed somebody, huh?
Well, no.
Oh, wow. Serial rapist. That's even worse.
That can't be good.
That is... Okay, so that's who... yeah, wow.
You learn something new every day.
He might get raped in jail, honestly.
Just because I didn't know Justice Winslow's name.
Wow. So we have Dragic, Justice Winslow, and a first-round pick in one deal. And we had Josh Richardson, who's becoming a stud and becoming the go-to guy for the Heat, and a first-round pick. So you have all those trades on the table. I don't think they got the... I think that they are so high on Sarkic and Covington being a role player. Like, I understand you want to win now with Karl-Anthony Towns, but at the same time, like, those 3 guys don't put you over an 8 seed in the West.
I don't think they got the best trade.
I don't think
the Miami Heat trade for me is the best because I like the players.
I think both of them. I think Josh Richardson's I'm a Heat fan, so I'm a little biased on it, but at the same time, that means I paid attention to the Heat and like watch actually how they play. So I know Josh Richardson has an opportunity to be a number 1 scorer on a team. He can put up 20 game a night. He is a stud. Great second-round pick that the Heat got for him.
Wait, but didn't the Heat also offer
Dragic? Yes.
And a first-round pick?
Yeah, and Winslow, which is insane. And
you get the players and you get a first-round pick.
So you get Dragic, who's a third-team All-NBA at one point, who's still...
Not a bad point guard.
Like, on the fringe of the top 10 point guards in the NBA, which point guard's the deepest position in the NBA now because it's a point guard-driven league. Justice Winslow, who still has potential, is young.
He's kind of
will play defense, which they are the worst defense somehow with Thibodeau's their coach in the league.
Yeah.
And you get a first-round pick. Even though, Mirotic would go crazy with Karl-Anthony Towns. Those guys would look perfect. Like, Karl-Anthony Towns is just like a lesser version of everything of Anthony Davis. Except for defense, of course. Cat is not as good at defense, but at the same time, like, they would match up perfectly with the same offensive players. Like, Mirotic would be going there and how could you have more of a role? Might score more. I don't see how Sarkic and Covington help their team get out the edge, and the fact that they believe so highly in these guys instead of going after picks. Like, I understand you want to be competitive because you have Big Cat, you just signed to a lucrative deal, you have Andrew Liggins on a deal that's way overrated because that guy is just a walking mess. But I just don't see how they won that trade or got anything out of Sweeney. What do you think of that? What deal would you have taken?
Well, looking at it from a couple of different ways of thinking, I think when I looked at that Heat deal, the Dragic, Winslow, and the first-round pick, you do get a first-round pick and you get Winslow, who has a little bit of potential, but hasn't really. He's kind of underperformed.
Yeah.
So far.
True, he has. He hasn't been to offense because he was like, oh, this guy might be James Harden with the lefty Euro step, how he played in championship with the Duke. He hasn't that.
And I'm not saying that he's a bad player either. I'm just saying I think.
No, you're right. He hasn't reached what
people.
But then Dragic, I look at Dragic. Sure, he's a good point guard at this point, but what's his age? He's in his early 30s. His early to mid 30s. Yeah. Right? I think what they were looking is age and potential.
Because Sarkic and Covington are both under 25, so that makes sense with age as
Sarkic
well.
and Covington both are like 24, 25 years old.
He's 32 years old.
32.
Okay.
From Slovenia.
And then they had to probably just throw in Bayless for salary.
Cash considerations, make the salaries even up.
Yeah. And a second-round pick, it's in 2022. That probably isn't worth much, but who knows? I could find a gem. But I don't know. I look at the two. The first-round pick is really appealing in the Heat trade.
That's very appealing.
It's very appealing. I think
because of those teams offered, they're probably going to have the worst record of them all.
Yes.
That might be. I'm a Heat fan, but like if we didn't make the playoffs and go to the lottery this year, I wouldn't be surprised.
You're probably not going to make the playoffs.
I
think the Heat will.
Yeah, I think
he will make the playoffs.
Winslow has less potential in their opinion than Saric and Covington.
Yeah.
And they think Dragic is too old.
Yeah, I can see that.
And that he will enter a decline. I think that's the only reason that they would pick the Timberwolves.
And we're not even talking about the
Heat.
Rockets.
Yeah.
You got Eric Gordon, who could be perfect on that team because they need shooters. Nene's like, he might come off, give Cat a break for 10 minutes. But then you still have 2 first-round picks. Yeah, they might be 25 and later, but it's first-round picks or first-round picks.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the Heat. I would have taken the Heat.
I think I would, in my opinion, taken the Heat, Dragic, Winslow.
And a first
Even
rounder.
the Josh Richardson.
I just think
Josh Richardson could be a his comparison could be just as good as Jimmy Butler. Sure. Josh Richardson's potential could be that. He scores like him. He plays absolutely amazing defense like him. He's young. He's under 25. And you get a first. I don't even know. I think. Will I love Jimmy Butler on my team? Yes. Yeah, maybe that's like I'm a little going with that way, but at the same time, I don't know. That's interesting.
He'd steal.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go with a segue. Let's go quick. We're going rapid fire this one. We're gonna turn this up. We're gonna get this done a little bit faster, and I want you to say who's going to college football playoff, who's winning it. Let's go with you, Sweeney, first.
Yeah,
Put you on the spot.
Go ahead, Sweeney.
Alabama, Clemson,
is your 1 seed. Okay.
Notre Dame, and
Michigan's in there right now.
Michigan's a Big Ten.
I'm calling Michigan.
Okay. And then you have Alabama against
Michigan.
And
Alabama
so
wins.
Alabama beating and then Clemson beating Notre Dame, or Notre Dame beating
Clemson beating Notre Dame.
And then who wins the national championship?
Alabama.
Here's
close game.
10 points.
Okay.
10 points.
I like it. Alabama's obviously going, even if they lose to Georgia in the SEC title game. If Georgia wins, they're gonna hop over Michigan. But I think Michigan also controls their own destiny because if they
all 4 teams, if Michigan wins out, wins Big Ten, they're winning.
Yeah,
they're going in. Notre Dame wins out.
If everybody wins out, they're in.
Yeah, but I don't know. How do you leave out Georgia, who's an SEC champion then?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Is if everybody wins out.
I think Bama would be. I think Bama would be in over Michigan.
I think if Ohio State beats Michigan in the Big Ten championship or Big Ten championship game, then it's like Georgia's got to obviously go in.
Not if they would lose in the SEC championship. You have 2 losses.
Then who's in Oklahoma?
My game. I'm going Alabama 1, Clemson 2.
I don't even think
maybe Pac-12 champion. What if Washington State wins out?
I'm going. I don't like Notre Dame. I don't even think they're going to.
I think Notre Dame's going to. My hot take this. I'm going to say this, and I watch it's going to happen. Notre Dame's going to lose to Syracuse, who Syracuse is not a bad team at all.
Or they're going to.
Michigan's going to lose in the Big Ten championship game to Ohio. They don't want to play Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game.
Who?
They're in the same.
I think they might play Northwestern.
Sorry,
Northwestern won the other side of the conference. Michigan will win that
I think
game.
Michigan
will win that.
Have they played each other yet? Michigan, Ohio State.
Yeah, I think they have. Didn't Michigan?
Michigan won.
Yeah, Michigan won.
Right? No, wait.
They haven't played. I don't think.
I don't think they have played. That's why
Do
I
they
think
get
they're
late
last.
coming up?
Oh, let me see. I don't know. I just don't think Notre Dame, if they go up against Alabama or whoever, they're gonna get smacked.
No, Notre Dame's like this. Ready? This is
That's if they don't lose to USC.
Bama
last game of the year.
wins the SEC. Clemson 2 wins the ACC. Oklahoma's gonna win the Big 12. They're gonna be the 3. Who's going to be the 4?
I don't think they're going to go up that high to 3.
I think they would because I believe that Notre Dame's going to lose to Syracuse because that's my. I'm predicting that. I don't think Notre Dame's as good now.
If Georgia
Ian Book got hurt last game too, so we don't know how long he's out. Who's their new starting quarterback, and they did not look good with the other starting quarterback.
Notre Dame's going to lose.
I think Michigan's going to lose Ohio State, and maybe Ohio State gets in the Big Ten or wins the Big Ten and gets in. My prediction. I'm going a little shake. I'm going with possibly not going to happen. Alabama, Clemson, Oklahoma, Ohio State.
I got Alabama, Clemson.
Oklahoma faces Bama in the national championship. Boomer Sooner, Oklahoma pulls off the upset, wins 45-35.
Good Lord.
You are not
No one's going to beat Bama. I don't care who's in it. We know that for sure.
Last time Bama said that they're in the Sugar Bowl when they weren't supposed to go to the playoff, and guess who they lost to?
I think it's.
Guess who they lost to?
Who they lose to?
Oklahoma.
Okay, well, it's not going to happen this
year.
Last
Last time Nick Saban lost by 14 points or more.
I thought it was.
It was Oklahoma. Last time they lost by 14 points in a row was against Trevor Knight and Oklahoma University.
Okay, well, it's not going to happen this year.
Why?
Because Oklahoma's not even going to get in the Final Four.
Really?
Yes.
Who do you think?
I think it's Alabama, Clemson, Michigan, Georgia. I think Georgia squeezes.
So you're saying Georgia wins the SEC?
I think Georgia beats Bama in the SEC.
Nobody's gonna beat the Alabama University. Georgia beats Alabama. That makes no sense.
I think the only team that can is Georgia.
I think the only team that can beat Alabama, which is shown in years, is a team that has a high octane offense or a team that's similar to them. So the only teams that are similar are Clemson, Oklahoma, and that standard. Michigan has a great defense but can't score. Notre Dame's not as good in that. Georgia can't put up points like that. They have a good defense. We showed in the SEC or a national championship game last year.
Georgia has 2 great running backs and
can you name them?
And Holyfield and Swift.
They're not. Yeah, but they're not Nick Chubb or Sonny Michael or Mitchell, whatever. And they lost.
Okay, but they still have Fromm, who's been there. They still have skilled guys.
I don't think you're saying Georgia's offense is better than Oklahoma's. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying Georgia for me.
Are they better than Clemson's offense?
I'm not saying that either.
Okay.
I'm saying Georgia's the only team I think that can beat Alabama and matches up good against Alabama.
I think the closest team to beat Alabama is Clemson. I think Georgia's good, but I don't think their offense is good enough now. And I don't think their defense is as good as last year. So I think Oklahoma, whose defense isn't as good, but Oklahoma's offense is somehow better without Mayfield than with Murray, because he just changed the dynamic with how he runs. I think Oklahoma gets in there because they're going to win the Big 12. They're going to be, because they still have West Virginia. Virginia could still make it.
Game.
Yeah, and they're going to play them, and they might play West Virginia or Ohio State in the Big 12 championship game.
What if West Virginia wins the Big 12 championship?
Then they should be considered.
They're not going to be in.
There's
too much stuff that has to happen for them.
It depends. It really, the top 4 teams, like usually if you win out, you win out. Like if Notre Dame loses the game, they're not in it.
Absolutely not. They cannot lose because they're not going to have a conference championship.
So they're not going to make it. Michigan still has tough. I think Michigan is good, but I think it's such a trap game at Ohio State.
That is.
And so I really think the Big 10 and Big 12 winners are going to make it.
And obviously,
either way, because I'm predicting Michigan losing to Ohio State, and that means Ohio State's going to go in with 1 loss. Like, yeah, it's a terrible loss, but at the same time, they still have 1 loss and win the Big 10 and just beat the top 4 team in the country. I think Notre Dame's going to lose to Syracuse. I mean, if Notre Dame beats Syracuse, they win out, they're going to playoffs. I wouldn't argue whatsoever. That makes sense. But I'm predicting Syracuse beating them.
If not, USC will.
We're going to end on that. Yeah, we are going to end on that LA bias. Thanks for joining us on this episode 5. Let us know who you think is going to make the college football playoff. Maybe talk a little bit in the comments about who your young core would take, and Boomer Sooner all the way, number 1. There's only one Oklahoma. Bye.